Hi everyone, Bill here for the Super Review Show, and welcome to my first review for this channel. So, since Passover is now upon us, I think it would be appropriate if we review The Prince of Egypt. Released in 1998, it is the second, film that was released by DreamWorks Animation. The film tells the story of the Exodus. For those of you who don't know what the Exodus is, I will explain. Hebrew slaves put a baby in a basket and float it down the river. That baby is, of course, Moses. He is then picked up by a woman who is the wife of the Pharaoh, Seti, and he is adopted and added to the family. And there's also a brother, Ramesses, who later does become the Pharaoh. But anyway, so years goes by. Moses doesn't know his secret until one of the Hebrew slaves reveal that she is actually his brother. And then when he finds out his past, he runs away. When he then runs into a few Hebrew people, is accepted, and is then called by God to lead the Hebrews out of the desert and freedom from the tyrannical rule of the Pharaoh. Okay, what can I say about this movie that hasn't already been said? Well, let's break everything down. First, let's talk about the cast and the characters. The cast list is huge, has huge stars in it. One, Moses is voiced by Val Kilmer, and he does a great job. And why I think he does such a great job is because they don't romanticize Moses. Like, they don't portray him as like Charlton Heston in the Ten Commandments with "Let my people go." They portray him as the everyman. They portray him as someone who does have doubts if he can do it. And I think that's what makes it way more compelling. And also, Val Kilmer does the voice of God. He's not credited for the voice of God, by the way. He's credited for Moses, but not for God. And it's just, yeah, I think it was just the recording session was probably just Val Kilmer talking to himself. Um, but anyway, it's like probably one of my favorite scenes is when God calls upon Moses and Moses is like, "You've chosen the wrong messenger." And God goes, "Do you doubt me? I want you to take the staff and lead my people and do my bidding." And Moses is uncertain about it, but he does it. And again, that's what makes Moses so interesting. He is human. He's not romanticized. Now let's talk about his brother who becomes the Pharaoh's brother Ramesses, who's voiced by Ray Fiennes. Ray Fiennes just does a great performance. It's like with Ramesses and Moses through most of the movie, they're brothers. And they act like it. Even when Moses comes back the first time, he treats him like he's a brother. But then as the movie goes on, when Moses tells him that God is telling me to tell you to let my people go, and he goes, "No." Throughout the film, he gets Ramesses becomes more and more evil. Well, not evil, he becomes more callous. And it just gets so till the end he becomes like a power hungry tyrant. And it is amazing. And Ray Fiennes, his voice just adds everything to it and makes it perfect. And not just those two, this has a huge ass cast list. Hold on, let me pull it up for you folks. Okay. Like I said, Val Kilmer and Ray Fiennes. Michelle Pfeiffer, who is Zipporah, I think that's how you say her name, who becomes Moses' wife. She's played by Michelle Pfeiffer. Moses' sister, Miriam, who he meets earlier, is played by Sandra Bullock. His brother Aaron is played by Jeff Goldblum, and just so many more. Danny Glover, Patrick Stewart, Helen Mirren, Steve Martin, Martin Short. Just so much more of them. And all the cast does great. The only characters I might have a little bit of an issue with are the High Priest Hotep Ben, who are played by Steve Martin and Martin Short, respectively. I just think I know they're trying to be the comic relief, but it just it was just a little. I thought they were just a little too comedic in a supposed to be serious story. Um, yeah, so I think the cast is absolutely great, and also the animation is absolutely freaking gorgeous. Like when they show the plagues, the plague of darkness, the plague of frogs, the plague of blood, and of course the ones that kill all the firstborn, and they just like show Egypt on fire. Oh my god, it is so freaking cool. Like you can tell this was a labor of love. This film looks absolutely amazing. This was DreamWorks's we're trying not to be Disney phase, because this was actually very early on in DreamWorks's production. But oh my god, they just fantastic. The animation is just it makes everything look so big. And yeah, this was DreamWorks pre Shrek. So before DreamWorks resorted to, toilet humor and fart jokes. Okay, one more thing I would like to talk about is the music. The score is done by the great Hans Zimmer, and it is absolutely beautiful. It really is. Just it could go from very soothing to just bombastic. Oh my god. And the songs are written by Steven Schwartz, who you may remember for all the musical theater nerds out there. He also wrote music to Pippin and Godspell, and later on he wrote songs for a show that I'm sure not a lot of you heard of. It's called, Wicked. I'm sure you all never heard of it. Yeah, he wrote the music to Wicked. And he also, for all the Disney nerds out there, he also worked with Alan Menken on Pocahontas, Hunchback of Notre Dame, and later on Enchanted. I love the songs here. I absolutely love the songs. The opening, which is called Deliver Us, when they're singing about how God should save them from slavery, it is so great. The It's just such a great opening. Through Heaven's Eyes, I really liked. The Plague, which I think is one of my favorite songs in this one, when the when Egypt is basically on fire because of the plagues, and Moses and Ramesses are basically counter harmonizing each other. Let my people go. No, it's not just like two talking heads singing at each other. It's actually to them going after and arguing. And of course, the song that this is probably most made it famous for is When You Believe, which actually did win Academy Award for Best Original Song. And there's two versions. There's, of course, the movie version, which I think is really beautiful and just really tear-jerking. And then there's the end credit version, which is the most known version, sung by Mariah Carey and the late, great Whitney Houston. I kind of like the film version better, but I think the end credit version is pretty good too. Overall, this was actually my first time watching this movie, and I really liked it. Characters great, cast was awesome, the animation is gorgeous, the music is fantastic. I really like this movie. I am giving Prince of Egypt 9 out of 10. All right, guys. Thank you for Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Like, comment, and subscribe for all your Super Review show needs. And from all of us here, happy Passover. Stay safe and take care.